It's just some magical thing where when I get in the bath, my CF disappears.
We're going to Scotland!
You could always try mushy peas. What you doing?
The first real coffee in 4 months.
We went to the heart of America's coffee houses. Dunkin' Donuts.
And by we, he means he.
I went and got it.
And a muffin.
Mary loves Dunkin' Donuts coffee cake muffins. We slept good last night. We went to bed at like 11:30. I woke up at like 4 feeling like I needed to be wide awake, but I forced my body to sleep longer, so that was good. And we heard from the hospital, and they said to come in today at 2. So Mary's going to be admitted at 2. So we're going to eat our donuts and coffee and head over there at 2.
First sights of the new construction.
We just arrived at Boston Children's Hospital, and they were under construction back when we left here in August, and it's pretty cool looking.
That's awesome.
Whoa, look at that. Huge big screen.
It's like the mouth screen in Chicago.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna go find admitting. So we just came to admitting, and this is one of the reasons we're glad to be back here. They care for us. We gave her a name, and she checked her in and said, "You're on CF precautions, aren't you? So go out in the hallway instead of waiting in the waiting room." So we're thankful for those precautions.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so we're just waiting for Mary's hospital bed to open up. We went to the admitting office, and they had tried to call us, but we no longer have the phone number that they had on file because we've been in Scotland. So anyways, the bed's not going to be open probably for another hour or so. So we're just waiting for them to call. We went to Starbucks for a while and became expert baristas by staring at them mindlessly for an hour
And a half.
So now we're back over at the hospital at this little seating area. So. We're in the elevator headed up to Mary's floor. Here it is.
We made it to the hospital room, and it's nice to be back at Children's. And my nurse is really nice, and we're just waiting to see my CF team. I think we're gonna see them tonight.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. So it was like 6:30 or okay, whatever. It's in the evening. It's 6:45, and I talked with 2 people from the CF team, and we are all on the same page. We're feeling so thankful to be here and be just like really on the same page with everybody. They are committed to taking care of me, and it means a lot to us.
Yeah.
So we are just so blessed.
And we just feel in good hands. Not only in how God has gone before us and all the details of coming here, but in terms of this CF team. And you know that feeling when you go away to college and you come home and it's just like, these people know you. That's what we feel right now. We just feel like the doctors and the team here, they understand a little bit of where Mary's been and where she's hoping to be and all of that. We're thankful for that. We're we have all our stuff here. I feel like we just moved over from Scotland and we have 3 suitcases. But one of the big perks of being in a children's hospital, which we should probably explain why we're at a children's hospital. Mary used to be seen at the Brigham and Women's Hospital, which is an adult hospital right next door. And the hospitals are linked. This is the children's, that's adult. And Brigham started running out of room for the CF patients. And so basically, it was like 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, they kicked out, I don't really know how it went down, but basically young adults, 18 to like 35 or something, around that age, CF patients are seen here at the children's, and they have like a special staff and everything for that age group. So it's like the young adult cystic fibrosis team. And so they've got a really good system down, and it's nice being in a children's hospital. And this is why I started telling this whole story is, number one, there's a bed, well, a window bench that I can sleep on, which makes sense because parents are with their kids and all of that. So that's a huge benefit. And I mean, it's just easier being here because the nurses are nicer and all of that.
And there's a bathtub. And I love me a bath.
Did you guys know that?
No way.
I didn't know Mary liked bathtubs.
It's just some magical thing where when I get in the bath, my CF disappears. And all of a sudden I feel better. So I plan to live in the bath for the rest of my life.
And if you have any doubts of that, you could look at Mary's Pinterest boards. Bathtub, bathtub, bathtub.
Yeah. And last time we were admitted here, which was about a year ago, one of the nurses came in and was like, I guess she had come in my room, didn't see me, and went back out. And the other nurse was like, well, did you check in the bathtub? And the woman was like, no. She's like, isn't that the patient? She's always in the bathtub. So you just go in there and hook her IV up, and sure enough, I was in the bathtub.
So Mary even has a reputation around here. So we are so thankful we came up. Did we say this? We came up with a treatment plan, we think,
We didn't
so
say
far.
that.
Okay, so we talked with our doctor and came up with a treatment plan. Mary's going to start a couple of IVs tonight, but we're going to start a different one in the morning once we check Mary's hearing. Basically, it's a drug that she hasn't been on in years because she experienced some hearing loss from it, but we're going to take a lot of precautions, monitor her hearing while she starts the drug and as it goes, and we just feel like we're at a point where it's time to try it again.
Yeah, it's worth taking the risk. Because when I used to do it, it was helpful. Like, I'd do IVs, and after I was done my IVs, like, I felt better. I haven't said that in a few years. So I'm excited to try it again. It might not do anything. That's possible. But it's worth a try. And the reason we haven't tried it in so many years is because it is toxic to the system, including hearing loss and other, like, inner ear issues. So we just have to be really on top of it. And I have constant ringing in my ears, so I need to just make sure if that starts changing, like if the ringing becomes, like, it sounds different at all, I need to, like, let them know right away, because that might indicate that the drug is becoming too toxic for my body. That's my understanding of the whole situation. I don't know if it's all, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but that's my understanding. Okay, so now they're puncturing the meat.
We're watching Food Network to stimulate hunger.
It works. So yeah, I'm gonna try Cipro IV. Never tried that IV, only oral. I'm gonna do a Streonam IV, and then potentially tomorrow switch out for tobramycin. And also, he mentioned, we don't know if it'll be available yet, but it's just been approved, a new antibiotic that treats my bacteria. So potentially, I don't know. We'll see. But oh, we got the air under control. Like when we got here, it was so hot in here, and my face turned red. And I guess we got the air figured out because it's cooler now.
That's a nice thing about the U.S. hospital as opposed to Scotland hospital. There's no air control. There's no
air.
There's no
Just period.
There's no air circulation in the hospital rooms. It's terrible. We would keep the window open just to get a little bit of like fresh air, but there was no. They don't have air conditioning.
So when we were in there in September, it was so hot. Like, oh, it was so hot. So it's really nice to have like an air vent.
And a thermostat that we can control.
It's really nice. Is that nice? We need to tell that story.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so-
hang on. Let me just say, did we mention that we're thankful to be here?
Okay, so story time with Mary. The night before we left, Peter and I went to Primark and Tesco.
Yeah.
And we went through the train station to get to the other side of the city, basically. And so you come into the train station, you go in an elevator, lift, go down and up and, whatever. So we get in the elevator and there was this nice older lady in there. I'm sitting in my wheelchair and I have a styrofoam container full of fish and chips. Chips are French fries here. So I had this, my hand was all ketchup-y. I was handing French fries to Peter. So when we got in the elevator, I just kind of sat there. And kind of jokingly, I looked at the lady and I was like, hi, you want some fish and chips? What do you expect her to say? Oh, no thanks. She was like, oh yeah. And she reaches right in there and gets a chip out, a French fry out. And she's eating it and she's like, oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Hi.
Hey.
Sorry, I just seen
You're
how
good.
you were doing.
They're fine. Going for an x-ray.
All right.
And something I miss about Scotland, their needles. I mean, this is my needle that I like, but it's not. Scotland makes an in-between size, but this is, anyway.
Anyway. So we're going to get a chest x-ray. Let's do a little dance or something. Nice dancing.
We're saying goodnight.
We realized it's 5:30 our Edinburgh time. So we're pretty tired.
It was a pretty long drawn out yawn.
But we made everybody tired just then.
My bad.
My bad. Got my bed made there in the window. Pretty nice. And Mary's doing finishing up her first dose of IVs.
So we'll see. I'm a little bit nervous. Because usually like 2 hours, well, sometimes it's not until the third dose, but I hope I don't get that fever and headache, vomit, all that.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We will see. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, subscribe down below. We make new vlogs every day.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Good
Good night.